What's up, boys and girls? It is December 25th, 2017. So, you know what that means? It's Christmas. So, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good day, because it's about 6 something in the morning. And that kind of leads to what I wanted to get in today. So, I figured I'd drop this podcast. It's a good time. It's right after Christmas, so people don't feel bad about themselves. And it's right before the new year when people usually try to change some stuff. And I'm going to go over today this book that I read, and it's awesome. So it's called Discipline Equals Freedom, Field Manual by Jocko Willink. All right, and this book is a game changer in terms of life and in terms of applying it to anything, applying it to business, applying it to relationships, applying it to self-development and what it is. So real quick, Jocko Willink, he's a very inspirational guy. He's a retired Navy SEAL captain of, it was like Team Bruiser. It was the most decorated platoon or battalion. I don't know the exact terminology for military in Iraq, in the Iraqi war, Ramadi. So what Jocko did is obviously he was the leader of the team there, and then retired, and then started a company that consults businesses based on what he learned in war, which is pretty cool. But anyways, a couple of years ago he got big. He went on like the Tim Ferriss show, and that was his first like outlet then on social media, but like blew the fuck up because the guy is very inspirational. It's funny, if you follow him on Instagram, he takes a picture of his watch every morning at 4:30 because that's when he's up, like throwing around kettlebells and doing deadlifts and shit. And so I've been into him for a while, following him on social media. He's got another book out he wrote with this other guy, Leif Babin, that was a commander with him, called Extreme Ownership, and it's about leadership and running a business from that standpoint. He has another book, The Way of the Warrior Kid, and then he's got the Field Manual, which I like the Field Manual because it's exactly what it is, and it's a manual. It's not like a hard read. It's not like reading a novel. So if you don't like reading, it's good to pick up, and you can just kind of look at it whenever. This I'm reading it. This is gonna be my second time through. So I just want to talk on some points about it, and I'm very excited. I don't know how long this podcast is going to go. It might jump a little bit over. I took some notes kind of on my favorite parts about it, but I also don't want to spoil the whole thing for people, because you should buy this book and you should apply it, and you should read it, even if you're not like hardcore, like he's a bit hardcore, obviously he's a SEAL, or if you're not that into certain things, like there's good tips, there's stuff you can pick up that will improve your life and your well-being, that I can guarantee. I gave this book, so I was talking about it first, it's like discipline equals freedom. It's like discipline being a gift, which sounds pretty funny, but I gave this book as a gift to some people that I care about, that I work with, that I want to see do well, because how it makes me feel, and I think it could help them. So how it's a gift. So this whole book is about discipline, right? Right when my pen stops working. So it's about discipline, right? And not the discipline like I grew up in a strict household where like my mom made me finish my dinner before I left the table, or if I didn't do something, my dad was going to yell at me. It's about self-discipline, okay? And how that's a gift, and being able to control ourself, and being able to come through for ourself, and being able to control our thoughts and our actions, and how ultimately when we're in control, when we're in the driver's seat of ourselves, that ultimately leads to freedom. And I think this is something that is a story as old as time that all of us have dealt with, because we've all been disciplined before. We've all had it. You know what I mean? Like growing up, we've all had self-discipline. We've all, I went through, I did like karate when I was young. I played sports when I was young. Like that was all self-discipline, having to, come through on practices and do well, self-discipline to do our homework, to study for our tests, self-discipline to, go to the gym, self-discipline to eat right, to sleep well, to make good decisions, we all have this. We've all been in control of something, and we've all done something that we didn't want to do because we knew it was the right thing to do, or because we knew it was going to be better. Right? So we've all done that. So we all know that feeling, and it's usually a pretty good feeling when you make a right decision, or when you do something hard and you accomplish it, you usually feel awesome, when it's done. And I think that's the feeling that this book is striving for. So we've all had it, and then we've all lost it, and maybe on a daily basis. I do it too. Fuck, I don't really want to go to the gym. I'm super tired. I'll get them tomorrow. Those dishes could wait. And then next thing you know, you got a goddamn mountain of dishes that smell like shit, right? It's okay. I only had a couple of beers. Whoop, whoop, DUI. Right? It's okay. It's just the cookie or the cheeseburger or the pizza. Next thing you know, like, you feel bad about yourself and you're embarrassed to put on a bathing suit, right? He's a good boyfriend. She's a good girlfriend. Next thing you know, you're in a relationship that you hate. That guy probably deserves a promotion. Whatever. Like, we've all lost self-discipline. The freshman 15. What the fuck is that? That's like, hey, go to college and get fat. What? I never understood that. I didn't get it. It didn't happen to me either. And luckily, I just saw my two little cousins for Christmas, and they both go to Iowa State, and they didn't do it either. So good on you, girls. But like it's like an excuse, or like people that get married and get like, what the fuck? And I used to think like that. Like, my goal, the only thing I want to do to get married, I just want to get married so I can wear Tommy Bahama shirts and get extremely fat, because I thought that would be awesome. But like what kind of ass backwards thinking is that, right? So we've all had it. So it's in all of us, right? To make a decision. We've all lost it. But more importantly, the thing I like about this book is that, like, it reminds us that we all struggle with it on the day to day, and it's kind of like a battle of the mind. But that gives you hope in the fact that you can have it every day. And it's very human to struggle with it. But the whole thought process in the book is, if you have the self-discipline and you create these habits, you'll kind of go on autopilot and you won't have to think about it, and in turn you're going to have a more free life. So for example, for me, it's been Christmas weekend, and I love Christmas. If you haven't heard me on different podcasts or things talk about it, I fucking love Christmas, and I go off the rails. I mean, I'm talking, I drink my ass off and I eat my ass off. Very not disciplined, right? Like, I weighed myself today at the gym, and like, I've gained probably in the last couple of days like 5 or 6 pounds purely of shit, of Budweisers, apple pie shots, some Coors, we're in there, a little whiskey, a shit ton of carbohydrates, and a fuckload of sugar. But it was for Saint Nick, so it's okay. No, it's not okay. I had no willpower, but I'm not going to beat myself up over it, so I had to get back on track today. So today's Monday, right? Christmas fell into Monday, so guess what tomorrow is? Tomorrow's Tuesday. Tomorrow's like another normal day. It's a work day and stuff for me, so like, I did my routine today, so I'm not all fucked up for tomorrow and starting a day behind, right? So I woke up at 4:30 today, like I do during the week. I went to the gym on Christmas Day at 5 in the morning or whatever, and I'm knocking out this podcast early on, and then I'm going to go and I'm going to enjoy the rest of Christmas. I'm going to go. We're starting a new tradition at my sister's. I'm pumped for it. We're having Mexican breakfast, so again, I'm going to eat my ass off, but I did legs today, so good. We're going to open some presents. We're going to go hang out with my mom, hang out with my papa, open some more presents, have a few beers, watch some Christmas movies, and then eat a great dinner. And you know what? I'm going to feel okay about it. I'm going to come home and I'm going to be tired. And I'm going to go to sleep and I'm going to wake up tomorrow ready to rock because my routine's on point. And that's like essentially the whole outline of this book. It's called Staying on the Path, right? The war path is what it's called. He always talks about like going into like the war path, be it literally for him in his case, war or fighting, engage an enemy, or on the war path of self-discipline every day and staying on the path, right? We all know the right things to do, like, and this is a point that he makes a lot, and I think I enjoy it because it's very simple. And the point is that we know what to do, right? We know what to eat, what not to eat, right? We know to exercise. We know to sleep well. We know not to drink a bunch of bullshit. Like, we know these things. We know to be healthy, to take vitamins. Like, we know all this shit. We just don't do it. Or we do sometimes and fall off. So knowing what to do, that's the path, right? And I think the goal in life is to stay on that path. And the more you're on that path, the more free you are to do other things that are important and the better you feel. And that's what this is about, is being on the path is about feeling good. Because if you're the best version of yourself, you're going to be able to be the best version to other people in terms of family, in terms of work, leadership, friendship, relationship. just all around well-being. So I fell off the path, right? On the holiday weekend, as most do, but I didn't beat myself up. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm on the path today. I'm back on the path, right? So the book's broken up into two different parts. So the first are thoughts. So this is kind of like the thoughts that he has in mindset. And the second are actions, things you can apply. So thoughts. So these are just some of the thoughts that I wrote down that I like. And essentially, like I said, so the war path, that's what it's about. But this whole book, the whole goal is to be able to make yourself, how do you become stronger, smarter, faster, healthier, and ultimately free. And I believe that's a phenomenal point because I think that's what we all want. Like, we all want to be stronger, right? Be it physically, be it mentally, be it emotionally. Like, we all want to be stronger versions of ourselves. We all want to be smarter. Who doesn't want to be smarter, right? It's not like when I was in high school in like in 1999, 2000, like in fucking 21 Jump Street, like, oh, you tried, you nerd. No, like, being smart's cool, right? You might lose it as a dipshit kid. You might not understand, but like, being smart is awesome. So who doesn't want to be smarter, right? Who doesn't want to be faster, just better? It's not just faster, like you can literally run faster, but faster. I look at it in terms of just efficiency, being more efficient, be able to knock stuff out, pop, 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 right? Healthier. Who doesn't want to be healthy, right? It's not 1970s punk rock, fuck the world, I'm a nihilist, right? Like, if at this day and age, like, especially, I mean, you see it all over. You see it all over social media. You see it all over life. Walk around a goddamn town now, right? Wakanda Ill, where I grew up, home of the fuck-ups, there's a goddamn, like, health food place on Main Street. I think it's called, like, the Green Goat or some shit that serves all kinds of crazy shit across the way from a goddamn yoga studio, right? That's what this world's coming to. That's the Main Street Death March, where you were meant to, like, lose your life, where you were meant to just die inside, and it was the most unhealthy place. It was meant to blast cigs, smash beers, and get fucked up, right? Like, that's just the way of the world these days. So if, like, you're unhealthy, like, it's like not a cool, fun thing anymore. Yeah, dude, I'm just hanging out. I don't give a fuck. Like, it's over. Unless you're an idiot. Right? Because in this day and age, more than anything, like, people, they say they want to be successful, do this and that. Well, what's the point of being successful, having all these great things, if you're unhealthy and you can't literally enjoy it, or if you fucking die, right? So I think everyone wants to do that. And then I think the main point, number one, is that, it sucks. It's like, and that's the thing about this, about discipline and self-discipline in general, is it's a very simple concept. We just make excuses, make it hard, is that there's no shortcuts, there's no hacks. Like, you have to just do the work. There's no shortcuts. And that's funny. Look in society, look in this advertisement culture we live in. It's fucking crazy to me. Some of the shit that people do to avoid, like, doing stuff, right? Like, I get it. There's going to be anomalies, and there's going to be outliers of where things drastically help people, but in majority of cases, they don't. Let me give you an example. Gastric bypass surgery. Okay? Like, and maybe I'm not as educated as I need to be, but from what I gather, it makes your stomach smaller so you can't eat a lot, so you lose weight. That's wild to me. Here's another way that you don't eat a lot and lose weight. Don't fucking eat a lot and you'll lose weight. Don't put shit in your fucking mouth. Like, that seems way easier to me than making my stomach the size of a dime. Like, I don't know. Right? Liposuction. Right? Like, fake asses. That's a thing. I don't know. Do some fucking squats. You can do them. You don't even need to go to gym. You can wake up and you can do 1,000 squats every day if you want to. Right? Like, motherfuckers trying to get famous without having a job and, like, trying to have money. Like, go and work. There's, like, people bitching about, oh, there's no jobs. There's jobs, you just don't want to do them. Right? Like, so there's no shortcut. There's no hack. Like, if you want ultimate freedom, you have to do the work. That's just, it is what it is. So I think that and it's such a simple concept, but sometimes things are so simple, we try to find the yeah buts or the no it is, but fuck yeah it is. Like, it ain't gonna do itself, So that's the first thing. And then, so something that helps with it, and this is something that we talk about, like, in my business a lot, and growing business, and I think it serves for like not only motivation but just visualization, is you have to know your why. So like, why do you want to do things, right? Because if you don't know a why, it's easy to let things down. It's easy to let yourself down if you don't know a why. If you're just doing things because you think you should be doing them or whatever, it's easy to be like, nah, fuck this, right? So in Jocko's case in the book, his why is like is specifically 3 soldiers that he was in Ramadi with that didn't make it back, but in general, all the veterans who ever served for this country that made freedom. Like that's why he lives life to the fullest every day, because those guys sacrificed for him. So that's I think an awesome one. But it could be anything. Your why could be your family, it could be your kids, it could be your future kids, it could be your mom, it could be your dad, it could be your wife, it could be your husband, it could be Leroy right here, it could be yourself, it could be proving people wrong, it could be, building your own thing, it could be whatever. It doesn't really matter what your why is, but it does matter that you have a why, because if you have a why, that's going to drive you. And we let ourselves down all the time. It's kind of funny. I talk about this a lot, but like we're the longest relationship we're ever going to have with somebody, right? Maybe like our mom, right? Because we live inside her, but like chances are, unfortunately, our mothers will probably pass away before us. You know what I mean? So ultimately, we're with ourselves the longest amount of time. So we have the longest relationship on planet Earth with ourselves, yet we're the biggest dickheads to ourselves, and we'll let ourselves down all the time, i.e. hitting the fucking snooze button. Right? How many times have you done this one? Where like, oh, I'm going to get after it tomorrow. I'm fucking setting the alarm early. I'm going to get up. I'm going to go smash some shit, right? And then the alarm goes off and you hit snooze. Boop, boop, boop. Snooze 12 fucking times, and then you wake up, and then you feel like shit. Oh, I wanted to. Oh, okay, I'll get it tomorrow. And this is how we create these shitty habits. Oh, man, I'm eating clean. I'm doing this. But I'm in a rush. I got to do this. Let me just snag this Whopper quick. Or this cheeseburger, I'll get them tomorrow. It's like we'll let ourselves down. I'm going to go to the gym. Fuck it, it's cold. I'll go tomorrow, So we create these habits, let ourselves down all the time. But if we have a why attached to that, I mean, if it's that important to us, maybe I don't hit snooze. Maybe I make the time to make the food as opposed to eating the cheeseburger. Maybe I just make a better decision. So you got to have a why. And then the thing about self-discipline that he hits on is it comes from within. It's like a choice. And I think I'm a pretty good study for this, because for all those who knew me in my 20s, especially my early on 20s, self-discipline did not exist for your boy. I was a psychopath, right? As I touch on a lot in this podcast, and I will continue to, because that was a part of my life that I think shaped where I am now. And I didn't give a fuck about nothing. So my self-discipline was nil. How do I know that? Because I used to black out drunk all the time. So I wasn't making good choices. I didn't give a shit. I was running around in a pink onesie, right? I was getting into mischief. I was burning bridges. But that wasn't anyone else's fault. Yeah, I could blame it on people hey, quit buying me shots of Rumplemints, asshole, because you want to see the Paddock show. But no, I made the choice because I liked it. And ultimately, I liked it because I don't think I was too happy in my life, and I wanted to escape reality all the time. So how'd I do that? I would black out drunk all the time and have a great time, laughing my ass off, not thinking about that I was bummed out because I really wasn't where I wanted to be. So I don't do that anymore. Yes, I can still drink shots with the best of them. Yes, I still like to have a good time, but I had to make a choice to change that, and that came from me. So anything that we do and the discipline and the habits we create, that's not on anyone else. That's not on your mom, it's not on your dad, it's not on your girlfriend, your brother, your sister, your best friend, your group of friends. It's on you. And you have to accept that. And it's the most freeing feeling once you accept that and have accountability for everything that you do, is that, yeah, you might get fucked up and take back steps. You might not be where you want to be, but you do have the power to change it. And that's only on you. And that's a very freeing feeling. And then it kind of segues into people not knowing what to do or when to do it. And he makes this, again, this is so simple. And why that's the beauty of it. It's all these people, we got big plans, right? We got big schemes, we got big plans. We talk all this shit about all we want, and then we never do it. I'm going to start this business. I'm going to get in the best shape. I'm going to ask that girl out. I'm going to fucking create this app, whatever have you, whatever you're going to do. And then 90% of the time, I'd even say stretch it to 99% of the time, we don't do shit because we're trying to think of a plan of what to do. Like, and this just when to start it. I'm starting, this is too, it's coming up in January 1, right? I'm starting first of the year. Who gives, why? If it's something that's important, why would you wait to the first of the year? Because you could be like every other dickhead that starts some of the first year that quits it. Like, you want to start something? Do it now. Start today. Right? Why the fuck not? You want to start that business? Do something today to start it. You want to ask that girl out? Do it today. Right? You want to eat better? Start today. You want to create something? Start today. Right here, right now. Start doing something. Right? You know how much shit I talked about wanting to do this podcast for a long time? And I was like, fuck it, I'm just starting. I'm just doing it. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't know what the finished product's going to be. I don't know if people like it. I don't give a fuck, though. It's something I want to do, so I started doing it. And you know what? It's turning out all right. Right? I got this YouTube thing going on right now, so you can watch my ugly mug. We're on iTunes, right? People are listening to it. People are subscribing. It's growing. That's ultimately what I want, getting my message out there. But that couldn't happen for me just telling people that I'm going to do it. I got to fucking do it. You got to do it. We got to do it. Start now. Start today. Okay? You can control it. We control ourselves. No one else does. No one else can tell you what the fuck to do or what not to do. You control what you do. We got free will. Right? The good and the bad, though, is a lot of times, like, people, what makes us the most crazy and the most, like, I think, like, emotional is trying to control other people and other people's decisions or their thought processes. It's like this is like when you're dating people and you're like, why are they being like this? Why aren't they doing this? If you've ever said that, you're fucked, right? Why isn't he calling me? Why isn't she calling me? Why isn't they texting me? Why are they doing that? What are they doing? Like, you're focusing all your brain power and all your emotion on someone else's decisions and what they do. Who gives a shit? Focus on what you do and be confident. I know if I'm an awesome boyfriend, my girlfriend will probably text me or call me, and when she goes out, she probably won't blow another guy, right? She'll probably want to come and hang out with me. Makes sense, right? I know if I focus on myself and and this is hypothetical, but I'm just saying, if I'm like a good parent and focus on me and being the example, my kid's probably going to be all right. Right? I see it in my nephew every day from my sister. I see it in my little cousins from my aunts and uncles, right? I see it in my buddies that were complete fuck ups that have these awesome kids. Right? If you focus on, why is that guy getting that promotion at work, or why this and this? If you just focus on yourself and being the best you can be, you're getting that promotion. You're moving up. Right? Because a business wants people that kick ass. Right? And it's a lot more free. And trust me, it's like our human nature, and it's extremely natural to focus on the other stuff and not ourselves. Because in here, that's scary. Right? And if we fail or we don't do something, that's on us. We don't want that. We want it to be on them. It's your fault. You're the reason I didn't get a promotion. You cheated on me. That's why I cheated back on you. Everyone else is doing it. Everyone else is doing it, so I'm doing it. That's where that bullshit mentality comes in. Only focus on what you can do and what you can control, and it helps to eliminate stress. I'm telling you, man. And it's something you got to keep in check on a daily basis because it's extremely hard, but you will feel better. That I can guarantee. And then, guys, you don't accept weakness. This is something he talks about. Is like, we accept weakness all the time. I call it, and I didn't coin this, so it's not my original idea. People talk about it all the time. It's like your inner bitch, right? I named mine. Mine's name's Keith. Okay, so Keith's my inner bitch, right? So Keith's the guy that's like when it's snowing in Chicago, Illinois, and cold out, and Randy's got to go to the gym. Keith says, "Nah, you're good, man. Get him tomorrow. Let's put something on TV. Let's watch Detective Stabler kick the fuck out of a sex offender on Law and Order SVU, right? Let's, nah, you don't want to cook. Go get a hot and ready, right? It's better. It won't kill you, right? That's the little bitch, right? When you're working, no one's looking. Take it easy, right? That's weakness. That's your inner bitch. Don't accept that. That's a choice. We either accept it or we don't. And again, I'm not perfect. I accept. What's up, Leroy? Whoa, he's falling off the couch. Hey, buddy, let me save you. I still accept it at times, as do we all. Again, the thing about self-discipline is it's a struggle every day, but we can make a choice to accept it or not. I can make the choice when Keith's like, hey, stay in bed, lay down, it's nice. And I'm like, fuck you, Keith. I'm not. Go to hell, Keith. And I'll say it out loud sometimes to Keith. And people probably think I'm crazy. Like I got a fucking, like a drop dead Fred or something like that. Like an imaginary friend. But no, you just don't accept it. Or you do. Either way, you got to live with the outcome of it. So some things he talks about is like things that will help curb weakness and habits that I think, and again, take these with how you will. I think it's about the idea, but like this stuff will help. So one, he's all about waking up early, 4:30 a.m. I'm on this kick too. Okay, the reason being is you're up before everyone else. You can do all that stuff that needs to get done that you might not be able to do during the day. Right? There's enough time in a day. And again, I don't take advice from me. If you have a family, or I don't have as much responsibilities and stuff, but I think I'm still a firm believer in you can find time to do stuff if you want to. How do I know that? I see people with families that do a lot of shit, right? Or with wives or husbands or significant others or whatever that do a lot of shit. So wake up early because then you can knock out the stuff that needs to be done, but you might not have time for. So he's big on, I work out at night. He's big on waking up early, going right to the gym and doing it. But I like morning routines, so my 40-30 wake up's a little different. I walk Leroy, I like to meditate, I like to journal, I like to have a coffee and watch Mike and Wingo now. But I can get stuff done, maybe if it's, for the social media or the podcast, like things that are not going to fit in my normal day, I can get done at that time before the enemy is awake, so to speak. So waking up early. So whatever that is for you, doing that, just get up earlier, you'll be able to accomplish more, right? You have to work out. This is a non-negotiable, okay? It's just a goddamn fact. If there's still people in 2018 in a week saying that working out's for fucking idiots or it's not important, you're stupid. It's science, bro. And it ain't bro science. It's just a proven fact. Working out makes you better, right? It improves your lifespan, improves your mental capacity, it improves everything, right? And you don't have to be a meathead. You don't have to go to the gym and fucking deadlift 500 pounds and yell at shit, right? I'm talking about simple things of just walking, right? Every time you eat, take a 10-minute walk after the fact. The benefits are crazy off of that little thing, right? If you get 3 of those in a day, you're going to be way healthier, right? Do a couple push-ups, do a couple sit-ups, take a fucking yoga class, right? Do some Pilates, do some Zumba, cycle, do some jiu-jitsu, right? Go punch a fucking heavy bag, lift conventional weights, throw around a kettlebell. There's a million things to do to be healthy. And if you don't want to do it alone, you live in a town, go to type in a meetup group, right? There's people doing it all the time. There's running groups and they do fun shit. You can like run and drink fucking beers when you're done. Do a CrossFit gym, right? Do a powerlifting gym. Do a normal gym. Take a class. Get in a community. It's also going to help you with your communication and being part of a functioning human being in society, right? But if you say, oh no, working out doesn't do shit, you're an idiot. I'm sorry, there's no nice way to put it. You have to do it. And then once you start doing it, you're going to feel better and you're going to want it more. You're going to be smarter. You're going to be better, healthier, faster. And especially if you have kids and shit, like why would you not want to be the best version of you, the best example, but more importantly, the best, like feeling the best to be the best, So you got to do it. You got to eat right? Like it's just, again, if you want to live a good time, you got to fuel your body in the right way, right? So like not eating a ton of, like, you got to eliminate sugar. That's like the number one thing putting motherfuckers down. Like childhood obesity, normal people obesity, like preset diabetes, like onset diabetes, people with diabetes, like this is all sugar stuff, right? And it's not like crazy things that you have to do. Stop, like if you drink fucking 4 Cokes a day, drink 1, right? And then turn it to water. Right? It's like little things you got to do, but your body's a machine. You want to fuel it in the right way. It's the same thing if you have a high-performing sports car. You put in the good gas. You don't put in the bullshit cheap stuff that the rest of us do in our pieces of shit, right? So you got to have, you have to be in control of your emotions, to be able to make good decisions, right? There's a saying that I really like, and I like it because I lived it a lot, and that is one bad decision can eliminate all the good decisions that you made, right? And you might have done this before in some aspect. You might have known someone that done this or work with somebody that's like such a stellar person and then does something just fucked up and ruins it. Why? Because they're probably making an emotional decision or not thinking things through. So you have to be in control of your emotions to be able to make those decisions. to make good decisions, right? You have to be in control of your ego. I am, I have an ego. We all do, and I have a big one. I got to keep that shit in check because it can get you into trouble. It can make you an asshole. It can make you make bad decisions. It's not a good look. Like, you can do stupid things to try to prove points that don't fucking matter. Right? Leroy, stop. You gotta pick the hard road. I'm telling you, the more you choose the hard road, the more rewarding it is. Right? That's the path. It's doing something to struggle. Like, this day and age too, especially like through technology and all this awesome shit, is like it's easy not to struggle. You can do anything, like, simply, right? So give yourself a struggle. Choose something harder to do. It's more gratifying. Anything worth a shit is gonna have a struggle or two. That's like with like marriages these days, right? Like, I'm not married. Why? Because if I ever get married, I'd like to do it one time. But it seems that a lot of people I know, they're more into the wedding as opposed to the marriage. So they want the show, they want all that fun stuff, but when it comes to the hard work of the marriage, like, fuck this, I'm out, right? And that's not the point. Like, it's gonna be the hard road, but that's the most gratifying. I see with people that have been married a long time, how gratifying it could be. So picking the hard road. And then questioning stuff, right? Like, question everything. If you don't know the answer, this goes to being smarter. Like, and back to technology, you got Google in your pocket, right? You got a computer in your pocket. You could find the answer to anything. I was doing this with my dad and my nephew. Like there's a paddock gene that we all have, and it's we got to be right. So, like, we're fact checking everybody on this shit, like, on Google and stuff. But, like, if you don't know the answer to something, look it up. Question everything. If you don't know what a word is, look it up. If you don't know what this means, check it out. If you want to know if something's a good idea, look for other people that have done it and get feedback. But just have questions. Don't just accept shit for the way it is. Question everything. Right? Like, and be aggressive about stuff. And I like this. It's like, being aggressive isn't like outwards, like, hey, fuck you, like being an asshole. It's like being aggressive. It's internal, and it's just having that mindset, like, I will win. And that's how you go after things. And that's in life, man. I will win. I'm going to win today. What's winning today? Well, I'm going to eat right. I'm going to smash my workout. I'm going to be awesome to people, right? I'm going to kick ass at my fucking job. I'm going to go home. I'm going to love my family. I'm going to give Leroy a kick in the ass and then a treat, right? Like, just, I will win. Being aggressive towards everything, right? It's going to 2018. A lot of people are setting goals around this. Well, be fucking aggressive. And that's, I will win, right? Don't fear failure. Just go. So he says, go. Right? Don't fear things. Like, you got to take the first step, right? And a lot of us just think so much that we don't do anything. Just do it. Fuck it. If you fail, great. Learn. Don't fear it. Just go. Right? Whatever you're scared of, just go. Just start doing it. I got to take this advice more myself, man. There's so shit I'm afraid if I don't do it. Just fucking do it. Why not? What do you got to lose, right? He talks about this too. I like this. I'm not feeling it. You ever said that? I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. He said, that's great. Do it anyway. So, like, in terms of, like, you're sick, right? Like, we all get sick. We're human beings, right? We're going to get sick. But, like, those days when you're sick, like, I'm going to call off work, or I'm not going to do this. Like, don't. Do it anyway. Don't take that day off, right? Don't take that rest. Do it anyway. Stick to your routines. And then that next day, if you're still feeling the same way, then it's okay to take that day off. But chances are, if you stay in those routines and keep doing it, you're going to be able to power through. And that's willpower. And that's the power of the mind. And that's freedom. That's the gift, is that nothing fucking owns me. I own all. Right? And because your body does need to rest. It does need things. But if I'm waking up tomorrow, I'm like, I'm just sick. I'm not feeling it. You know what I'm doing is I'm going to put on my goddamn suit. I'm going to go to work. I'm going to push it in. And the next day, if I'm not feeling it, then we'll deal with it then. But chances are I'll probably feeling better. So, that just go. I like this too. So he's got this, and I have this on my watch. I got that Apple Watch, so I have like a picture and it says it. But he's got this whole thought process. It's just good. And that's what you say when anything bad happens. You say good. So, like, he talks about it like in terms of, in war. And that's why it's easy to apply to life, because the scenarios and situations he's talking about a lot, like, literally life is on the line. It's life and death. With us, in me, it's not. So the stakes are a lot less. That's why it's so simple and seems so easy to apply. So good. He's like, we didn't get those supplies we needed. Good. It's a chance for us to get better with the ones that we have. We didn't get that reinforcement that we needed. Good. It's a chance for our guys to step up. So you can apply that to life. Like, I didn't get that promotion. Good. It's a chance for me to get better and learn and make myself better for the bigger promotion coming up. That girl dumped me, good. It's a chance for me to figure out kind of the weakness in my game so I could become a better person, so I could find the greatest girl ever, right? Oh, my shoulders hurt, can't go to the gym, good. It's a chance for me now I can work the fuck out of my legs, right? Oh, I'm too sick, I can't go out, good. It's a chance for me to read more and improve my mind. So essentially the process and the thoughts behind good is anything that's bad, just say good. And it gets you to start looking at a positive and finding out a solution and something you can do, you can control, as opposed to being a fucking victim of nothing, right? So try that. Next time anything bad happens, just say good, right? And then find the positive and find the thing you can control, right? And he talks about staying motivated. And I love this because we get this in my kind of business, especially if you're in sales or marketing or business development. It's all about how do I stay motivated, how do I stay motivated. And he's talking about like you don't have to. Like motivation comes and goes. With discipline, you don't have to stay motivated. It's just routine. It should go. Right? I think that's so cool is like you don't have to worry about staying motivated because you're just going to be doing the right things because you're on the path. It's just what you do. So I like that. You know, with discipline, you don't have to worry about staying motivated just because you're going to be doing all that shit. Right? So, and then it talks about like negative people, right? And a lot of us get into this a lot is negative people. So, you know, like this guy at work or this person I hang out with or whatever, they're bringing me down or they're whatever. Here's his advice, and I really like it. Ignore them and outperform them. Right? Again, we're in control of our mind. We choose what we focus on. So if I want to focus on this person and comparing myself and this, that's on me. That's my fuck up. What's easier to do? Ignore and outperform in anything, right? If it's at work and in this guy, you're like, oh, they're negative. Why are they getting that? Why are they getting more? They getting more. You ignore what the hell's going on. You outperform and you will get it. If it's the girl you got a crush on, right? She's dating this other guy that you think's a douchebag, right? We've all been through this. Girl or guy, whoever you're dating, they're dating someone else. Like, fuck that guy or fuck that girl. Such a douchebag. You know what? Ignore it. Outperform them, right? The grass is greener over here, sister, right? Show them that. Right? Don't focus on, oh, this guy has this guy. Just ignore and outperform. And you will get, and then again, you're in control. You're in the driver's seat. And that's what self-discipline is. I can be what I want to be. And that's how you lead to being free. You could be whatever the fuck you want. You could be who you are. You can live how you want. Your mind can be free because you own it. Nothing owns you. That's why it's freedom. And then the underlying part is like it's a pretty heavy book and he's a pretty hardcore guy, but essentially the message is have fun. You got to win with laughter. And he's talking about like crazy situations where they're in like firefights and they're like cracking jokes and laughing their ass off. So if people can do that when their life's on the line and they're defending our country, we can do that when we're having an off day or a bad day or something's not going our way. And I think it's too, man. It's like a goal I make all the time is just to smile more, to laugh my ass off every day, to enjoy the time and have fun. Because if you're not having fun, why the fuck are you here? What are you doing on this planet, man? We only spin around this rock one time. So be in control of it. Have fun. Win with laughter. You know, like don't take stuff so seriously all the time. Like just see it, laugh at yourself. You got to be able to laugh at yourself. I make fun of myself all the time. People that make fun of themselves and can laugh at themselves all the time are the best to be around, and I think they have their shit together the most. So if you ever like if someone's cracking, busting your balls or doing whatever, you can't laugh at yourself. Like take it easy, man. Have a laugh. All right. So that's the thought processes. And again, I didn't get into all of it, and it's an easy read and pick it up. And any day you could just pick it up and point to it. And then just it's gonna boom hit your heart, get you going. I read good, like his process of good. I read that at least once a week. I try to daily, especially if I'm feeling a little fucked up. I read that, and I have it on my watch. I said too. So anytime like I'm feeling throughout the day like something shitty's happened or I get in the woe is me or whatever, I'm just like. Good. All right. Giddy up. All right. So again, actions. So he breaks down to some simple actions again about how to have a well-balanced life and how you're going to be good. So again, we've already covered this. We'll hit it again. You have to work out. So if you're not working out, start. When do you start? Here and now. So whenever you're watching this or listening to this, if you're watching on YouTube, again, leave a comment, a thumbs up, or subscribe, right? If you're listening to it on iTunes, subscribe, like it, start, whatever. But if you're not working out or doing anything, start right then. Hit pause. Drop down and do 5 push-ups, do 5 jumping jacks, whatever. Walk around your house. Do those 10-minute walks, right? Anytime you eat, after you eat a meal, do 10 minutes, right? It helps your insulin from spiking up. It's going to help you with digestion, gas, all that stuff. Do that. Go walk around your neighborhood anyways, right? Go for a run. Go lift some weights. Pick up a kettlebell. Do some yoga. Do some stretching. Do whatever, but you got to work out. We're given the gift of this fucking phenomenal body that can do so much shit. Do not waste that. Do not put this fucking thing to rest. You got to work out, all right? 2, you got to sleep well, right? So if you're working out, your body's moving, it does have to recover. A lot of our recovery comes during sleep. Okay, so again, he doesn't really sleep a lot, nor do I. I usually, during the week, and I try to, on the weekends, stick to the same schedule, but I fuck up sometimes. Keith gets me and I sleep until like 7:30. But I usually go to sleep around 11:30, wake up at about 4:30. Not about exactly at 4:30, so my alarm goes off and I don't hit snooze. But so that's not a lot of hours. It's like 5 hours or something. Like my body can run on that. And the thing is about it too is when I go to sleep, like when I get home and I fall asleep, I'm fucking tired. So I sleep well, and that's what it's about too. It's about quality of sleep. So you have to have good condition, right? And that's where we fuck up a lot. How many of us are laying in our bed? Oh, it's time to go to sleep. Look at Leroy. He looks so stoic right then. I'm sorry, I get sidetracked. But how many of us are laying there and we're just sitting there just cranking on our phone, right? Clicking one more, watching that YouTube video, checking the social media, creeping on fucking Tinder, right? Whatever we're doing, and then or our TV's on or something. So you got to put yourself in the right condition to sleep. So you got to be tired, right? Put away the phone, right? You don't want that. You don't want that light there. Put that away. Turn the TV off. Right, you want to get that good sleep and that good condition so you can recover well and feel good and rejuvenated when you wake up. Right, pop some melatonin if you need help sleeping. All right, that's what I do as well. He talks a lot about martial arts, like practicing those. I'm a firm believer in this as well. Any martial art will do. Right, there's some that might be better than others or not. It doesn't fucking matter. So the ones he talks about a lot. So he's big on jiu-jitsu, as am I. I think it's a great martial art for everyone to know, right? Especially women, right? It's grappling, it's ground fighting. Majority of fights go on the ground, so you should know how to defend yourself on there, especially a street fight, right? How many people are going to stand up and have a slick boxing match where they're pairing punches, and slipping jabs and shit? No, someone's going to probably fucking tackle you or hit you fall on the ground. You might as well know how to choke them, right? Or at least subdue them and get them off you so you can get the hell out of there. Women, if you get attacked most of the time, they're going to probably try to take you down. Imagine that. Next time Creepy McCreeperson tries to fuck with you, maybe he tackles you, you put him in a goddamn triangle and choke him out. Bash his head in with fucking elbows while it's happening. That'd be sweet, right? So practicing that martial art to learn how to defend yourself and know how to defend yourself. So be it jiu-jitsu, right? Boxing, Thai boxing, wrestling, right? These are some of the better ones. I don't know in this day and age about karate and kung fu, how much that stuff's, going to be doing. But learning how to punch, it's a good feeling, to punch stuff. If you never hit anything, you should go hit a bag. Don't hit a person. Unless they piss you off. No, I'm just kidding. But go hit a heavy bag, go hit mitts or something. So just learning how to box or Thai box if you really want to learn how to fuck someone up with knees and stuff, right? But you should know how to be able to defend yourself. It's going to make you walk around feeling more confident, right? You're not going to be scared. You're more in control. Whatever happens, you're ready for it, right? And unfortunately, we live in a land of savages, so sometimes things come to physical violence. So how would you want to know? How would if you know that that's a possibility that could happen, that there's human beings out there that are capable of some dirty shit, that you're going to be able to defend yourself against it. That's a confident, great, freeing feeling, right? He talks about too, again, whatever your stance is, about having weapons, like a gun or something like that in the house, just for the fact, just in case. Again, you never know, right? That's the thing about human beings is we're capable of great things. We're also capable of very dark things. So, I don't know. Maybe if some motherfucker comes in your house, you might want to put one in, to defend your family. I don't know. Be safe with it. But I think, ultimately, if having a gun's not your thing, have a Louisville Slugger, hit them with it, and then you already know jiu-jitsu, jump on their back, choke them out, call the police, right? So and the martial arts too also teach you discipline. It helps with ego, right? It helps with me, I'm new to jiu-jitsu, right? So I get my ass kicked all the time by people smaller than me, but it's great. It's great with my ego. It helps me out. If I roll with girls like and stuff too, that can like, put me in some crazy shit. Like it's awesome. It's learning, right? Like it's great and it teaches you discipline, respect, but also how to defend yourself. So get involved in something. There's classes everywhere and it's a community of great people, right? You have to have balance, right? Your body needs to be in balance. That's what he's all about, and I think it makes sense. There's a yin and a yang to everything, so you got to have balance, all right? Whatever you're doing, balance it out. That's how you're going to stay, right? That's how you're going to stay good. Again, stuff we already hit on, with eating, right? So no sugar. Like, eliminate that shit, right? And if you can't go cold turkey, whatever, cut it down. It will save your fucking life. That's a fact, man. Like, it'll save your life. It'll make you feel better, right? Look at it as fuel. Eliminate like a lot of those like shitty carbohydrates, right? He's big on like the paleo. If that's something that's kind of my diet. I do some carbohydrates like around like I'll do oats. I'll do oats and I'll do like sweet potatoes like around working out time. After workouts or before workouts. But other than that, lots of meat. Lots of avocado, vegetables, some fruit, not much. I don't like all that sugar out of there. But like eat right, and whatever diet works for you, that's the right. Eat that way. He talks about, a lot of people do the 80-20 rule. It's like 80% of the time eat clean, 20% fuck off. I don't think that's a bad rule. He's like, nope, 80-20. He's hardcore. 80-20 is like, then it turns to 70-30, then it turns to 60-40, then 50-50, then you're off the path, right? Which could be true. But again, it's just about balance, right? A lot of people like cheat days. Fuck, if you think you deserve it, take it. But you do have to earn it, right? You can't like have a cheat day in the middle of the week and then like, oh, it's Sunday, it's my cheat day, so I'm going to cheat. If you already cheated, you can't do it again. Otherwise, you're off the fucking path, right? It talks about like fasting. I do a 14-hour fast every day, so I stop eating and then I eat again about 14 hours. I like it. It makes me feel good. It makes me pretty clear. So there's full day fast you can do. You can do a 48-hour fast. Again, just eliminating things makes it clear. So I think that's something you can, always think about doing as well. But ultimately, it's about staying on the path, right? Stay on the path. Make that choice to be on the path. And if you fall off the path, get back on the path. The path ain't going anywhere. The right shit still ain't going anywhere. But that is what I want to talk about today, guys, is this fucking book right here. If you're staying on YouTube, pick it up. Discipline Equals Freedom, Field Manual by Jocko Willink. It's pretty cool. Look at that son of a bitch right there, right? Read it. Reread it. Give it to somebody. It's also got workout plans in there. I've been using those. They're awesome. Like he's got the workouts broken down into 4. So there's like a push day that revolves a lot around push-ups and other things. There's a pull day, a lot around pull-ups and other things. There's a lift day. Like stuff overhead and deadlifts, and there's a squat day, obviously, and it's got different levels. Even if you've never worked out before, it's got stuff for beginners in different phases, intermediate, advanced. It's great shit that's changing up my workouts and making me a lot stronger with body weight, right? And it's adding some spice into it. But guys, like, get it, read it, give it to somebody. I'm telling you, self-discipline. Give it a fucking try. This is coming from a kid who didn't give a fuck about nothing, and this drives me and it gets me so excited. And I loves it. Why? I loves it. I loves it so much I can't speak correctly, right? But why? Because ultimately the thing that drives me in life is free, right? That same kid that didn't give a fuck about nothing. I don't want any rules. I want to tell me what to do. I want to be free. It still applies to this man with this awesome beard right here. I want freedom. And the only way I can be free is if I'm in control and nothing owns me. How's that going to happen? Self-discipline. I own this. This is my mind. This is no one else's mind. This is mine. I focus on what I need to focus on. I focus on what I can do. I improve this. I make it better. This is my body. It doesn't belong to anyone else. I can improve it. I make it better. I own it. This is my heart. I choose what I do with it. I own everything. I'm disciplined. I have great habits. I feel good. I'm faster. I'm smarter. I'm healthier. I'm better. Ultimately free. So give it a try, guys. Discipline equals freedom. Think about it. Until next time, have a good one, y'all.